Well, we have an important announcement for our church family. We are very, very excited that next Sunday, on June the 14th, we're going to be opening our church for our first in-person service. It'll be phase 2. And I just want to assure you our building is going to be deep cleaned and sanitized, and everything that can be touched will be sanitized before we open. And that sanitation practice will continue to take place between every service. And I'd like to request that cars be parked in every other parking space on that Sunday if you plan to come, and I hope that you're able to come. As you enter the building, I just want you to know there's going to be 2 sanitizer tables for you to wash your hands or sanitize your hands, and I want to encourage you to use that. And if you have a temperature, you're not feeling well, I want to urge you to stay home. And any kind of temperature, if you would check it before you would come, before you leave home, that would really help us. And if you've been exposed to COVID-19 virus, if you have a family member or someone else, if you've been around, even if you're not exhibiting any symptoms, we ask that you not attend a service until you have passed 14 days of quarantine since you were around that person. And I also want to mention that as you come in, our greeters will be having the doors already propped open. You won't have to touch the doors, and our greeters will maintain 6 feet social distancing, and they will remain open until our services begin. And those that are assisting with ushering and sanitizing will be wearing masks and gloves because of closer proximity to our guests that are coming and to our members. No bulletins will be provided. Announcements will be scrolling on the screen, and there won't be any hymn books in any of the pews, and will not be passing an offering plate, but there will be an offering box at the back of the auditorium for you to place your offering in. And we're going to be practicing social distancing in our sanctuary. There's going to be 6 foot between each family group as you come in. We will have ushers that will help you get seated and make sure that these protocols are followed for your safety and others. And we would ask that you have at least 3 chairs between you and the next family if you're sitting on the same row as another family, and so you're 6 foot away. And we encourage you to continue the safety protocols during the service. If you have to cough or sneeze, be sure and cough into your into your elbow. Please cover your coughs and sneezes. No contact in greetings at this time. And so we'll just be waving at one another and at this time. And there will be no nurseries or child care. There will be no Sunday school classes in phase 2. But the nurseries will be sanitized and open for mothers that would like to go back there to nurse their baby or change diapers. But there will not be any staff working the nurseries. And we do ask that parents keep their children with them before and after the service to make sure they practice these safety protocols. And we ask that everybody be considerate of one another and be respectful and kind of the concerns of others. If you prefer to wear masks, that's great. We ask you to bring it with you because we will not be providing masks for those that come. But no one will be refused entry for not wearing a mask. We don't feel qualified to judge whether wearing a mask is helpful or not. We realize there are different sides to that view, and so we're not going to require the wearing of a mask in church. But if you want to wear one, I encourage you to wear one. Initially, there's going to be some limits on how many can use the bathroom. only 2 in a bathroom at a time. And so I want to encourage you, this is only going to be an hour-long worship service. And so I encourage you to use your facilities at home before coming to church to minimize the on-campus use of our bathrooms here. If you're in the high-risk category or you're sick, I just want to tell you, if you're not comfortable coming, well, if you're sick, we don't want you to come. We want you to stay home. But if you're in a high-risk category and you don't feel comfortable coming, I just want you to know our services will be live streamed on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. And we will continue our online Wednesday night Bible study at 7 p.m. And so we encourage you to continue to attend our online services. Our current plan is to start with just one service on June the 14th. That's going to be phase 2, just one worship service at 10:30 a.m. And as I said, there's going to be no Sunday school classes, no nurseries, and there will not be any evening services at this time. And Wednesday Bible studies will continue online. And so here's how we're going to bring you into we want you to come to the church. We would like the 60 and over. If you are 60 and over or in the at-risk category, we want you to enter into the 2 north doors of the church and then the 2 north doors of the sanctuary, and you'll be seated on the 2 north sections. And so we would like to keep that category separate from those 60 and under. And so if you're 60 and under, we ask you to come into the south entrance and into the church and into the sanctuary and sit into the south 2 sections. And we are going to, after the service, when we dismiss, we're going to dismiss by rows. And so we ask that you go right out to your vehicles and don't congregate in our foyer, because we want to practice social distancing and safety protocols at this time. And so make sure your child stays with you. And I want to encourage you, if you're a family with children, I want to encourage you to come. Your children will be with you in church, but listen, we're going to show grace, and I want to encourage all those 60 and over, all of our members, to show grace to parents with children. There may be some noise, but that's okay. And we want our kids and our families in church and teach them how important it is. And so I want to encourage you to attend if you can. And after this soft opening, this phase 2, we'll gradually phase into children's and teen ministries and to our normal services as protocols permit. And so we'll reevaluate this week by week, and we'll let you know as we adjust our services. But we're excited to see you on June the 14th at 10:30 a.m. And so come prepared, and we'll be also doing another video later this week to kind of go through these protocols once again. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. God bless.